So today we will learn about the endocrine system in detail. So before going into the detail with endocrine system, let us talk about other concept. That is, our body usually consisting of two types of glands. That is, first is endocrine gland and second is exocrine gland. First is endocrine gland and second is exocrine gland. So endocrine glands are such a glands which releases hormones, and exocrine glands are such a glands which releases substances which is other than hormone. So endocrine glands releases hormones. So what are the examples of endocrine glands? Endocrine glands, the examples are thyroid gland, adrenal gland or pituitary gland, etc. So exocrine glands releases particular substance which is other than hormone. The examples are lacrimal gland, sweat gland, salivary gland, etc. Exocrine glands are further classified into three main types. That is apocrine, second is holocrine, and third is merocrine. So exocrine glands releases particular substance which is other than hormone. Examples are lacrimal gland, sweat gland, and salivary gland. Usually there are three types of exocrine glands. First is apocrine, second is holocrine, and third. We will not go into the detail with exocrine gland. Let us focus on the endocrine gland. So endocrine glands are such a glands which secreted hormone. So what is hormone? Hormones are nothing but the chemical messenger. They are nothing but the chemical which are secreted by endocrine glands, which acts on target organ to carry out proper functioning of our body. So hormones are nothing but the chemical messenger which are secreted by endocrine glands. They act on target organ to carry out the proper functioning of our body. That they are the chemical messengers, that they convey the message, and they are usually chemicals. So their function is nothing but to convey the message and to act on target organ and give him a chemical message. So hormones are nothing but the chemical messenger that they are secreted by endocrine glands which acts on target organ, go and acts on target organ and carry out the proper functioning of our. Let us talk about more points about endocrine glands and exocrine glands. First is that endocrine glands are ductless gland. If the endocrine glands are ductless, then exocrine glands are ductful glands. So the endocrine glands are ductless gland. They pour their secretion directly into the bloodstream because they does not having any duct. So the next point is they pour their secretion directly in bloodstream. So exocrine glands are ductful glands. They having duct, so their secretion is firstly pour in duct, and from duct towards the blood stream. So endocrine glands are ductless gland and exocrine glands are ductful glands. So endocrine glands are ductless gland, they pour their secretion directly into the bloodstream because that does not having any duct. And exocrine glands are ductful glands, so their secretion is firstly poured into the duct, and from duct, via duct, it leads towards the bloodstream. Now let us talk about the types of hormones. Types of hormones. Usually there are two types of hormone. First is local hormone and second is general hormone. First is local hormone and second is general hormone. So local hormone having the site of formation and site of action is same. Site of formation and site of action is same. And general hormones are such hormones having site of formation and site of action is different. So local hormones are that hormones having site of formation, means where they get formed, their action is on the same place. Their site of formation and site of action is same. And general hormones, their site of formation and site of action is different. So what are the examples of local hormones? Neurotransmitters, etc. So suppose this is presynaptic neuron and this is postsynaptic neuron. So let us zoom about the terminal button of the, this is the terminal button of the presynaptic neuron. So let us zoom out the terminal button of the presynaptic neuron. So terminal button of the presynaptic neuron consisting of number of small synaptic vesicle. This is one synaptic vesicle, this is other, and this is other. So synaptic vesicle consisting of number of neurotransmitters. Synaptic vesicle consisting of number of neurotransmitters. So this terminal button having number of synaptic vesicle, this terminal button of the presynaptic neuron having number of synaptic vesicles, this synaptic vesicle consisting of neurotransmitter. Once the impulse is coming from above towards terminal button, once the impulse reaches towards the terminal button, this synaptic vesicles goes towards end and finally they releases the neurotransmitter into the synapse. This is synapse. So their site of formation is here and site of action is here. So their site of formation is at same place, that is towards the synapse or terminal button. Their site of formation and site of action is same. So this is one of the example of local hormone. So what are the examples of general hormone? The examples are pituitary hormones. That the hormones, suppose the one example of pituitary hormone, that is growth hormone. Growth hormone. The site of formation of growth hormone is anterior lobe of pituitary gland. So the site of formation of growth hormone is anterior lobe of pituitary gland and site of action is all over body. So the site of formation of pituitary gland is anterior lobe of pituitary gland and site of action is all over the body. So this is the example of general hormone. So let us now talk about the properties of hormones. So previously in the definition we have seen that the hormones are nothing but they are secreted by endocrine glands. First properties, they are secreted by endocrine glands. This is the first property. Second, they are poured directly into bloodstream. First property is nothing but they are secreted by endocrine glands, which only secretes the hormone. Second is that is they are poured directly into the bloodstream, because endocrine glands does not having any duct, so their secretion is directly poured into the bloodstream. Third property is that is the hormones are made by proteins, or they are itself proteins, amines, or steroids. So hormones are the chemically proteins, amines, and steroids. This is the third property. Next is they having low molecular weight. This is a pituitary gland. So anterior lobe of pituitary gland, this is the anterior lobe and this is posterior lobe. So anterior lobe of pituitary gland consisting of 5 types of cell. One of them it is thyrotroph cell. So thyrotroph cell secretes thyroid stimulating hormone. So once the thyrotroph cell gets stimulated, it secretes one hormone, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. So thyroid stimulating hormone comes in the bloodstream. Suppose this is a bloodstream. So thyroid stimulating hormone once comes into the bloodstream, it finally goes and acts on the target organ. That is nothing but the thyroid gland. So target organ consisting of particular receptors for that particular hormone. So thyroid stimulating hormone is a hormone having particular receptors on their target organ, that is nothing but thyroid gland. So thyroid stimulating hormone goes and binds on the particular receptors which are present on the present on the target organ or a thyroid gland. So once it get attached to the target organ, the impulse goes inside and further it stimulates the thyroid follicles. And this is nothing but the one of the property of hormones, that their target is specific. So next property is nothing but their targeted specific. So this is all about the properties of hormones.